Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is the Infection DLC trailer. I'm going to be breaking it down for all of you, so sit back, relax, like the video, and enjoy. So, obviously you guys are going to be familiar with Outbreak. That was the first Exo Zombies map, and you can actually see its ruins, so to speak, in the distance here. There are a couple of shots of it on fire and things like that, and generally it doesn't look like it's in a particularly healthy state. These are the characters that we know and love from the previous map. Well, I say love with bated breath, but they're holding off anyway from these zombies, and you can see, and I want to point out that Lilith doesn't have a bag here. Keep that in mind, okay? We're going to need that information later in the trailer. So they're holding off, and Decker is about to actually jump in here. You see Mr. Khan get taken down there, but he manages to fend that zombie off, and Decker's going to jump in, save his teammate Lilith from getting a beatdown from that one Exo Zombie, and generally they are fighting for their lives. As you would expect in an Exo Zombies map, that's something that is inevitable for sure. So they are holding off, but eventually, bad things happen, and as you can see, they start getting taken down. Oz gets taken down there. Mr. Khan seemingly has no weapon in that shot as well, and so they've tried to hold off, but they can't hold off forever, and Lilith gets taken down. Eventually, everyone gets dropped. Not looking good. Now, strangely, the zombies don't seem to actually bite them at any point. They subdue them, but then Atlas swoops in, which you can see in the background here. I've got a nice freeze frame for you guys. Atlas swoops in and seemingly kills all the zombies. It then goes to this title card. So it's Exo Zombies Part 2, and that's all well and good, but now we see Mr. Khan being rolled onto a stretcher by Atlas employees. Not only that, but look at Oz. He doesn't look like he's been bitten at all. Neither does Mr. Khan. It looks like they've been left alone, and it's really strange. We see here that this is definitely someone that works for Atlas. They've got the name tag on there, and so we can be sure of that. I froze that frame just so that you would be able to sort of see that detail with extreme clarity. And then we see Mr. Khan in a van here, or seemingly in a van. He's in a truck, as you can see, in this container, being brought to Burger Town. This Burger Town shot shows us that this is prior to the outbreak. It looks perfectly normal. There's no wreckage anywhere. It looks fine. And then we go in-game, and as you can see, there's a big hole in the roof. So there's been some transition here between them being driven in and the map actually starting up and us playing on it. Extremely strange. We get a shot here of the trash chute in the bottom left and the mascot Bubby in the right, and also on the left there you can see that that door is open, whereas previously it's been closed, so that is going to be a buyable door in the map. Zombies jumping around all over the place. Lots of shots in this trailer that we don't really care about, but this, look at this. She's got a bag on. She didn't have that before, and it's got badges on it. What that is, we don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Here we can see that's the Cell 3. I wanted to point that out because in all the CGI shots, it looks completely different, but in this, it looks pretty regular. And this is where we're going to be picking up our exosuits. You can see Decker getting his there. Also notice the scratch on Decker's cheek. I'll be coming back to that a little bit later on and in future videos probably as well. It relates to some of my other videos, so I feel like that's probably necessary for me to do. We see someone jumping up here, and we can see a wall weapon in the distance there, and also a generator on the far back right. Continuing the trailer now. Get some people zooming around. These are shots we've actually seen before. Francis B. Transportation. That shot is interesting. This is weird because there's this bulbous emanation from Oz, and it looks like he's stuck on top of the zombies there. So that's extremely strange. It looks like it might be the new wonder weapon, but also looks like it could be something else entirely. This is actually footage here of civilians being extracted, so we get the warbird coming in. I also wanted to point out that in the far right there, or in the mid-right, we can see a trash chute exit or entrance. That's another one of the trash chutes, so that's two of them. Maybe there will be more in this map, but I doubt it. And here we see those civilians that I mentioned earlier getting extracted. Some more gunfire of just generally zombies getting wrecked by people, and then Decker jumps over here to this little platform and starts shrekking the zombies. Now look at this. What is this green thing in the background? There's a war weapon on the right, but there's a green wiggly line that is just extremely weird. I'll be coming back to that at the end of the video, but it's super strange. This is the MWG, the wonder weapon on the map, the microwave gun, and the magnetron, rather, I should say. It's basically got this effect where the zombies explode, they get these bulbs around them and then just completely pop. But it also looks like it might be able to travel along the floor a la Wunderwaffe in some way. We'll be seeing that in a moment as well. We've got some new traps, namely the alligators. The gators here are a trap, as I predicted in my previous videos. Shout out to me, whoop whoop. So we know that they're a trap, and we've also got these turrets here, which you can see firing. Also, look, there, you can see some water in the bottom right spewing out, and so that's exactly as I said, again, in a previous video, about water being key to this map. There's also here an interesting shot of a zombie coming out of a pipe in the floor. That is a shot of the zombie exploding caused by the MWG, and you actually see it traveling up his body, like I mentioned. New Exo Zombies. We've got this guy, which I've seen in previous videos, previous trailers, but it's interesting because they don't seem to have really much of a use or effect apart from the fact that they're armored, so maybe they're just going to be harder to kill. This is one of the acid drippers, aka oozers, aka whatever they're called. Those things leave sort of puddles of acid on the floor that you have to avoid. These spiky zombies, as you can see there, he gets shot and seems to sort of let out a little spew of spikes in some way. Not sure exactly how that's going to work, but it's interesting for sure. And we also have seen Lilith wearing her bag, again in another shot there. What that is, I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, like I have said. Then we get this shot, which is really interesting. Is this an outro cutscene? It says new allies, and that's great, but whether this is just to signify that we're going to be able to call in backup while we're playing or not is hard to say, but it does seem like the characters are already kitted out here, and it seems like the sort of thing that we could be unlocking as an outro cutscene, potentially. Don't really know. So the characters are getting introduced, as I said at the beginning of the video, and we see them punching the zombie back down there. You see a full reload on the roof as well. That's all well and good. Got the MWG in Mr. Khan's hand there, one of the infected zombies on the roof as well, which we just saw. And in this shot, you can actually see on the right one of the perk machines, which we have again seen in previous trailers. It then moves on. Obviously, this is value voltage, by the way. It then moves on to this next shot of just basically an overview, I guess, of the situation. You've got that big pit in the floor there and some zombies jumping around the place. No Lilith in sight, which is interesting. And then in this next shot, the Goliath spawns. This guy's going to spawn in around round 10. I mentioned this in my previous video. You can see also that Lilith doesn't seem to have her bag here. So again, it seems like we're going to pick that up in the map at some point. This is quite a nice shot of the three characters. And again, notice the scar or the cut or the wound on Dekka's left cheek. Very interesting stuff. There's the Goliath. He's going to definitely take some firepower in order to actually take down. And he's swinging his hammer there, giving his stick a bit of a wiggle. Lovely stuff. So there's a couple of things that I want to come back to that I'm just going to very quickly recap, okay? We've got the cut on Dekka's cheek, which we've seen in previous trailers, but again, it's extremely interesting because they get taken out, and he seems to be the only one that actually gets wounded by the zombies. So that's one thing. B, we've got this big green wiggly cord. I have no idea what this is. It could be absolutely anything. It could be part of the Easter egg. It could be something else entirely. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and with the theme of green in mind, why not smash that like button? Smash the like button with a big green wiggly cord. Why not? Go on, give it a go. And finally, I want to mention the fact that, again, Lilith has this bag with these badges on the front. What that is going to contain or what it will entail, I don't know. I'm MrRoflWaffles. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've gone back to my old style of commentary for trailer analyses. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.